It's a $6 billion bridge project, decades in the making, finally opening and moving traffic between Michigan and Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Supporters say the new Gordie Howe International Bridge, quite an edifice here, could also send economic ripple effects down I-75, including right here in Northwest Ohio. 13 Action News anchor Gerald Harris live with what business leaders are expecting. Gerald?
Lee, business and regional leaders tell me this new 6-lane crossing is more than just a shorter drive into Canada. They see it as a major economic development tool, one that could bring new jobs, new investment, and more trade-related business to our area. Traffic is now flowing on the Gordie Howe International Bridge, a new 6-lane connection between Detroit and Windsor, and a project years in the making.
It's a historic day.
Regional leaders say the impact won't stop at the border because more routes for trucks means more opportunities for communities along the corridors that feed Detroit, including I-75 through Northwest Ohio.
We'll bring a lot of traffic into Northwest Ohio and traffic going back into Canada. And the fact is it's an economic development tool that is huge. And we will see major progress in the many years to come.
The U.S. Department of Transportation says Detroit is the #1 port for truck traffic on the U.S.-Canada border, and more than 70% of Canada's exports come to the United States.
We have a very bright future, and I think companies will continue to recognize that.
Local business leaders say the bridge could be one more reason companies look at this region for its workforce, its universities, and its location at the crossroads of major interstates.
It's the most dynamic time I've ever seen in the history since I've been in the business.
McMahon says he's already seeing more interest from national developers and companies, and he believes Northwest Ohio checks the boxes that matter for big projects.
Northwest Ohio is getting more activity from large national developers and companies. If you're going to play a role in logistics today, whether it be data centers or fulfillment centers or manufacturing, you got to have the land, got to have the water, you have to have the gas.
The Gordie Howe Bridge now becomes a less expensive alternative to the Ambassador Bridge.
It's so much more advanced than the Ambassador Bridge. The technology of that bridge is so far ahead of the Ambassador Bridge that I don't think we fully understand the impact the Gordie Howe Bridge will have.
And Tarantu says as more people and companies look for affordability, they may also start looking at communities in Northwest Ohio.
And I think that the Gordie Howe Bridge will just exemplify what we have going for us and will help strengthen our local economy.
Now, the bridge was paid for by Canada, and a recent agreement between Canada and the Trump administration says Canada will share some toll revenue with the U.S. government for the next 15 years. Lee?